Hello viewers, what comes to mind when you hear the word monument? Is it timeless statues of heroic personalities, maybe historic public buildings, special communal spaces, or memorial parks? As you may have guessed already, yes, we'll be exploring monumental architecture in today's show. And as always, we've got the very best for you when it comes to experts on specific topics. So today we've got Dr. Diana Lee Smith, the architect behind the Mau Mau Memorial at Uhuru Park, and she's here and our guest today. And in just a bit, she'll be answering these questions and telling us more about the design of monuments and statues. You do not want to miss a thing. After this, we'll be talking to CPM Tony Akech, the chair of Association of Construction Project Managers in Kenya, about the practice of construction management in the country. And last but not least, we'll be visiting the CTM showroom to learn about the suitable flooring and walling tiles for different types of surfaces. Now, you're watching the most incisive property show in Kenya. Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction, and real estate. I'm Peter Ngigi, and welcome to yet another amazing show. Let's go. Think arts, think politics, history, culture, architecture, honor, and commemoration. Together, these words embody monumental architecture in varying degrees. Each influences design of these revered entities. Hardly does one monument resemble another. Each assumes a very individual style, influenced primarily by the socio-political structures of the place and the people. It's an interesting topic that we're about to dive into with Dr. Diana here, and I can tell you you're curious about what she has to say, just as I am. So follow me, let's have a chat with her in just a bit. Monumental architecture. Welcome to Property Focus, Dr. Diana.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay, I am Diana Lee Smith, Dr. Diana Lee Smith actually, and I am a Kenyan architect of great age. I'm one of the first architects in Kenya after independence. I came here to teach architecture and I've stayed ever since, 50 years.
Talk to us about monumental architecture and its place in society.
Well, monuments are of different types. So you can have usually an object, which is the monument, or it can be just a monument in the street or in an area which is public. Or you can have a monument in a place, or you can have just a place, which is a monument itself as a space. And there are different types in Kenya. And if you want to think of, say, the Dedan Kimathi or Tom Mboya statues, those are just objects in the street, right? Like also the War Memorial. But then that's the First World War Memorial. But then you can have a place. So if you think of like the bomb blast memorial at the old US Embassy, which was bombed, that is a place. And you can go in and be in the place, and it commemorates that bomb blast, and it tells you about it, and you can sit there and remember. And then you can have an object in a place, which is more like the Mau Mau Memorial, which is also a space which you can go to and inform yourself and sit, and it's open to the public, but it also has this sculpture object in it.
Do all monuments have to be commemorative structures? Or can any social place or communal space be a monument?
Very good question. And yes, if you think about the place where the Mau Mau Memorial is, it's at Freedom Corner. And Freedom Corner is exactly that, what you describe. It's just a place. And it was memorialized by being the place where people fought for the second liberation, and particularly Wangari Maathai and the mothers of the political prisoners used to go, and where a lot of demonstrations were, and then there were trees planted by Wangari Maathai there. So Freedom Corner is such a place, which is a memorial or monument in itself, just as a place.
What are the key design parameters to consider when putting up a monument?
Yes, you need to know, of course, what it is you're memorializing and who wants access to it. And so the parameters are to clearly communicate the message and to create a place. That's what we thought for the Mau Mau Memorial, to create a place which is welcoming, relaxing, pleasurable, and informative.
Have you managed to track public interactions with the Memorial Park? Yeah?
Yes.
Tell
yes.
us about that.
Well, I go there often and I take pictures and talk to people, and I like to see how the space is used and people use it. The thing they love to do is just sit in groups or by themselves and take pictures.
Yes.
And kids love to take their picture with and young couples, because the statue is of a couple. It's a freedom fighter, a man and a woman.
Yes.
So people go there after they've got married, or even they go there when they're deciding to get married and they take their picture with those two young people who were fighting for freedom. I love that.
Yeah.
And sometimes teachers bring their school classes and they sit. The way it's arranged, you can sit all around. There's a ledge the whole way around. You can sit a whole class there, and the teacher stands up and points to the plaques and say, this is the history, reads out the plaques, what happened, the state of emergency, the Land and Freedom Army, and then the court case and reconciliation.
Wow. Now, speaking of teaching, what are some of the things you've learned from monumental architecture?
Oh, the importance of history,
Yes.
the importance of remembering.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
Kenya, the importance of Kenya's history,
Fantastic.
and especially that history of liberation from the 1950s, and those people who fought for Kenya's freedom, and remembering them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a parting shot that you'd like to, let our viewers know about monumental architecture? Anything?
Oh, go and look at it, enjoy it, because it's there to be enjoyed and to educate.
Absolutely. Delighted to have had you on the show. Thank you, Dr. Diana.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Up next, we have Prime Properties. Stay tuned.
MZ Heights presents you an opportunity to reside in one of the most exclusive addresses in Nairobi. These stylish new developments of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom units offers adequate security, luxury and affordability. The development is an ideal investment for home buyers, young couples or families and investors. Join us and save 1.55 million.
Thank you for staying with us. We're taking a break, but when we're back, we're going to be joined by Mr. Tony Akech, the chair of the Association of Construction Project Managers in Kenya. With 30 years experience in the profession, he's going to tell us a bit more about construction project management in this country. And welcome back. This is Property Focus. Now, last week we had a conversation with construction project manager Tony Akech. Let's hear what he had to say about the profession. Yes, Mr. Akech, fellow of AAK, IQSK, and ICPMK. Tell us, what does it entail to become a project manager such as yourself?
Well, project management is it's that person, project manager, is that person who undertakes to set up an organization that is going to deliver a project.
What is your specific role in a building project?
Okay, let me start by saying that there are four main phases of construction. You start off with the initiation stage, and then you get into the planning stage, the execution stage, and the closeout stage. And a project manager is involved right through. Many a times people concentrate on just the construction phase, but there is a lot that happens before and even after.
What does it take to become a project manager?
Well, to become a project manager, one has to have the technical skill or technical knowledge. So you need to have something about the construction technology that is required. That's a prerequisite. And then there is the administration part of it, which looks at the laws. And then there is also, apart from that, there is also the controls that come, which needs to be put in place, which the project manager is also involved in.
Does every building project require a project manager?
Not necessarily, because essentially the project manager comes in to take charge of the complexities that are there in the building, because in a building project or construction project for that matter, because we cover quite across the board, not just buildings. And those complexities, they come in the form of even the participation of the number of people that are involved. And for a simple building, you may not have so many people coming in to be involved that needs to be managed. And hence not the need to have a project manager, and that it can be handled in the traditional way of just having an architect, a quantity surveyor and an engineer.
Biggest challenge project managers face in Kenya today?
Yes. One of the major challenges that we do have right now is to have a legal framework that will be able to govern and control the practice of the profession. In absence of that, you get all manner of people posing as project managers, and yet they don't have the skills, they don't have the training, and that in itself is not a good thing, because project management came in to try and solve some of the challenges that were there in the construction industry.
Briefly talk about the industry requirements before one gets to practice construction project management.
Well, at the moment we don't have that regulatory framework, but we as an institution, that is the Institution of Construction Project Managers, we try to ensure that all our members are properly trained and qualified to practice, as such. And it's against that background that we have been pushing, and also we're glad that other people think like we do think, and we're aware that there are other associations that are there to ensure that there is some discipline in the profession, in the practice of the profession.
Speaking of which, how does one differentiate between a quack and a professional?
It's a difficult one to pinpoint, but in terms of training, we look at what somebody has gone through, and at the moment that it's only being offered at University of Nairobi and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, and yes, so those are the avenues at the moment in terms of the training. Now, if somebody is walking around the streets and they are posing themselves as project managers, there's very little one can do. But on our own, what we have done is to sensitize the public.
So distinguish between a project manager and a construction manager.
Now, in most cases, the construction manager would be involved in this stage, the construction stage, which I was also calling the production. And that's where you find that they are many a times dealing with contractors, those who are entrusted with the actual execution. Yes. But in terms of training, they get similar training. It's only that the content is different. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okech. And there you have it, on project management from the connoisseur himself. 15 years, you said, in the industry.
That's true.
Fantastic. Up next, we have the billboard.
Banda Homes brings to you Hillsview Estate, with 3-bedroom bungalows, master en suite in a gated community along Thika Road next to Mangu High School. These homes are on offer for just 3.5 million. For more information, call 0711 950 950.
And welcome back. As I had mentioned, we're here at CTM and we're going to be looking at the floor and wall tiles with the business operations specialist. Do I have it correct?
Business optimization specialist.
How are you doing, Jeremy?
Very good, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Good. Pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about CTM Tiles.
CTM is a South African company
Okay.
established in Kenya in 2006. Our first office opened in Nyali.
Okay.
We currently now have 5 branches. We have 1 in Mombasa, 2 in Nairobi, 1 in Eldoret, and 1 in Kisumu.
Okay.
We're looking to grow further.
Yes.
We want to be the next supermarket sort of chain
Yes.
for your tile, all your building materials, at least your interior finishings.
So you guys are the biggest in the tile business. Tell us about your range of tiles.
We have a range of tiles.
Okay.
We have the range of wall tiles, we have floor tiles, and then we have your outdoor, indoor, multi-purpose tiles. So just depending on what you're looking for, we have anything to cover your color needs, design needs, and also size needs.
Is there any difference between floor and wall tiles? I know that's a layman question, but is there a difference?
The basic difference is the density. Wall tiles tend to be lighter density than floor tiles. Reason being, if you put heavy tiles on the wall, eventually with time, gravity and everything results in the tiles falling off. So wall tiles tend to be thinner density than the floor tiles.
Okay. What should one know before purchasing these products?
When I used to be in sales, the thing that I used to advise most of my clients on is 5 things. 1, colors. Decide what colors you want your house to be from the word go. 2, design. 10, 15 years ago, internet was not what it used to be. Do your research. Look at all of the designs that are on the internet, then narrow down to a specific sort of theme that you want. 3, price. Because if you just walk into somewhere without knowing what it is that you want to spend, you end up getting very confused and very disappointed. 4, be set in your opinion. Don't be easily swayed by what your friend has done in the house or what you have seen somebody doing on the internet, because like they say, the common phrase, things on the ground are different.
Yeah.
And then 5, whatever makes you happy.
Yes.
If you look at a tile or if you look at a design
Yes.
and it speaks to you,
Yeah.
that is what you should go for.
Speaking of which, can anybody just walk in and purchase the tiles, or you need a professional to help you?
Most of the time, the professionals will sell you their opinion. And it's not what you want, because at the end of the day, it is your house. So yes, technically, anybody
Yes.
can walk in and pick tiles.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
by walking in and just picking tiles, you could end up combining green with maroon and purple, so you end up having a kaleidoscope of colors that doesn't make sense. So yes, anybody can walk in and purchase tiles, but there has to be some sort of guidance to it. Yeah.
Are there any additional services that you offer?
We offer in-house design. Basically, if you give us the specifications and the design of your room,
Yeah.
we can suggest to you what goes with what. We recommend ideal floors for the surfaces, because not all tiles are ideal for specific areas.
Okay.
So like bathrooms, for example,
Okay.
I cannot give you shiny tiles for the floor
Yes.
because I will get a lawsuit immediately after you've installed it.
Yes.
So there are specific tiles for your outdoor areas, there are specific tiles for your floors in the bathroom, there are specific tiles that you can do for bedrooms, bathrooms, the works.
Okay.
So we offer that free of charge. We don't charge for the service. On top of that, we also know certain technicians that we can recommend to do the work for you. They're not CTM technicians, but they're people who've worked with us for many years, so we can justify and vouch for the work that they do.
So what's the price range for these tiles?
We're actually very competitive, and it depends on what you're looking for. Because there's the range between your wall and floor,
Okay.
but the aim that we normally do is we have a certain structure for our tiles.
Yes.
So we have a pricing tiles for our good tiles,
Okay.
our better tiles,
Okay.
and our best tiles.
Fantastic.
So just to break that down,
Yes.
the good tiles
Okay.
is if you're working on a strict budget.
Okay.
The better tiles
Yeah.
is if you're on a budget,
Yes.
but you have that wiggle room
Wiggle room.
to just add that little bit of salt
Yes.
onto your finish.
Yes.
And then the best
Yes.
is the one where you've come and you've told yourself, I want my bathroom to be mine and mine alone. So we offer a range of tiles for all pockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So tell us about your different brands and various types of tiles.
Well, if you look behind me, for example,
Yes.
we have one brand here called the Kilimanjaro brand.
Uh-huh.
That brand is endemic to CTM.
Okay.
You will cross the country, you will cross the borders, but you will only find this particular brand at CTM.
Okay.
And this is one of the brands that we pride ourselves on.
Okay.
This one is actually manufactured by some of the factories that we have in South Africa. And these are now multi-purpose tiles.
Yes.
Most of the tiles and most of the products we have here, we tend to be unique.
Okay.
We don't like to do what everyone else is doing. Because the tendency that had been in the market a few years ago is that so long as you're a tile company, you all have the same tiles.
Okay.
So our tiles are unique,
Okay.
but we've spread it across a variety of suppliers. So we have tiles that come from Spain, we have some tiles from Italy, we have our main brands now from South Africa,
Okay.
and then for the budget tiles, we get some of our tiles from India and some of the tiles from China.
Now, a parting shot to our viewers.
We currently have our sale going on.
Yes.
It's running from the 25th of November
Yes.
all the way to the 2nd of February.
Okay.
Even if you're not renovating, even if you're not building a big house,
Yes.
there is something for everybody.
Yes.
There is that one tap that has been nagging you in the house that you wanted to change for years. Come and let us give you a new tap.
Okay.
There's that one bathroom that you're not particularly happy with.
Yes.
Come, let us give you a new bathroom.
Fantastic. Excellent. And thank you very much, Jeremy. I've seen some tiles over here that I might just purchase. Would you show me these ones?
We will take your money. Don't worry.
Unfortunately, all good things come to an end. I'm sure you've learned a lot and you've enjoyed yourself like I did. Property Focus is indeed your window into the world of architecture, building construction, and real estate. The conversation never stops here. Let's continue with chats on social media. I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. Thank you. Till next time.